Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and as you can see, I am about to clean a carpet here, and I'm using my Kirby, so things are a little noisier. And the reason I'm using the Kirby to vacuum this one is because it's such a thick, long yarn, pile of yarn, that the hush tone or any other vacuum actually will bog down on this particular type of carpet. The hush tone will automatically shut down when the brush roll stops, as will my SIBO, I think. I could use a Pro Team, but it even bags has to work pretty hard on this, and they don't have as much suction. But anyway, so I do carry a Kirby as well in my van, and so I'm going to show you how I clean this thick pile carpet in the home, on location, and so I'm going to use the Kirby to pre-vacuum it really well, and then we'll take it from there. Anyway, come along with me. Sorry for the noise, but it's a Kirby. This is a Centria, by the way. I used them for years, and they work great. They're not as convenient as a vacuum with a hose on it. Although you can put a hose on this, but it's a pain in the butt. But anyway, they work great. But they're perfect for this. So it's at its highest setting right now. And there. And because it has power drive, it's very easy to move it on the rug. If I had to, I could disconnect the brush roll and just use straight suction. This is a polyester fiber. I didn't ask her how old it was, but it can't be that old, I guess, because it's not looking that bad. Maybe it's a blend. It could be a blend. I didn't really look. I know it's not a wool for sure, so. Anyway, you can see the Kirby's having no problem, because you can adjust the head up high enough that it doesn't bog down on these really thick carpets. Of course, when the Kirbys were really popular back in not that they aren't now, I guess, but back in the 70s, they were pretty much the only vacuum that was going to be effective on all those shag carpets that everybody had back then. So I'm going to put it down one more setting. You can working a little bit harder. You want to be careful not to lower it too much, because you can constrict the airflow. And these vacuums are all about the airflow. They don't have great suction, but they have fantastic airflow, about 130 or 40 CFM, which is better than almost every other vacuum. The only one that compares that I'm aware of is my Hoover Hush Tone, which, according to the factory anyway, has 150 CFM. You can see I'm having really no problem vacuuming this rug. And of course it has a power drive, so it actually is taking very little effort to make this vacuum move on the rug, because the back wheels are powered. It's a really cool setup they've got in here. As I say, I actually used Kirby's for a few years, and I like them fine. It's just it's not as convenient to be able to switch over to the edging tool, the hose. You can pop a hose on the front of it, but that'll take you, a few seconds. And I usually would run it with a longer hose anyway, but than stock, because the stock hose is only, it's only about 6 feet long, I think. But anyway, when I was using them a little more, or when I was using it all the time, what I ended up doing was getting the Shark rocket, and so I'd have a separate little vacuum for doing edges and things like that. And that was fine when I had an employee, but now that I don't, I wanted a vacuum that had everything all in one, and so that's why I went to the tool with hush tone, and I've been very happy with the way it works and the power and everything, but I have no problem using a Kirby, because they sure do work. It's a very impressive machine. I used to have a clear view tank on my Kirby that I had modified, and that worked fine, but then I started having problems actually getting the bags, the cloth bags, because you do have to replace them every few months, and the actual plastic assembly, the actual bag and the can and everything, the hinges would wear out. I'd have to replace those, and everything started getting very, very expensive. So that was the main reason why I went away from that. But the Kirby works great with this bag, and it does have HEPA filtration on there, or micron filtration, whatever they call it, because the bag is multi-layered, and the bags hold a lot. So anyway, I think we're done with the vacuuming of this fluffy rug. I vacuumed all the, I've got to clean the other carpet it's sitting on as well, and I've already vacuumed that. Okay. There. Ooh. I remember I used to always wear earplugs when I used that thing, because they're noisy. I think my ears are ringing. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my solution with a brush and scrub it in, because the brush will penetrate into the fibers, and it actually works pretty well on these rugs. Customer sitting out on the deck there. It's a beautiful day today. Nice October. Having a really nice fall. It's been a few weeks since we had any rain, actually, I think. Just sunny days every day. It's been wonderful. Favorite time of year for me is the fall. And then next thing you know, we have our winter, and that's not so fun after a few weeks. Actually, somebody told me the other day that last year we had our first snowfall on October, I think he said it was 23. So, actually, I'm thinking if I get done early enough today, I might just zip over and get my winter tires put on. And I think I'll have time to do that. This is actually my 1 o'clock job, so I'll be out of here probably before 3, I guess. The rest of the place is very straightforward and really not very soiled. And not very big either. Anyway, this thing is, as you can see, it's scrubbing very well. It penetrates down into the yarn, and it's a soft bristle brush, not a really very hard one. Don't want to use a hard brush on anything like this for sure. But these things, these really thick plushy rugs they don't really clean as far as getting all the junk out of them. It just doesn't work all that well. I remember not very long ago I was in an area rug cleaning plant, and they had one of these, a white one, hanging in there drying, and talking to the guy, and I just opened up the yarn, and what do you know? A bunch of junk there in the bottom of the carpet after it was cleaned. We both kind of laughed about it. And yeah, well, you know, you just can't really actually get everything out of them. They just It's just a physical impossibility. But you make them look as good as you can. And of course, with the Oxy-Dry here, we got ClO2 in the solution, which is going to kill all germs, bacteria, and viruses on contact on the carpet fiber. And there's a protector included. And this ClO2 also is an anti-allergen. So, and a deodorizer. So I'm done with the brush. We'll just park it over here. And I'll go to the Iron Man. Hopefully I won't run out of battery. My battery was... I did a recording earlier today and it really sucks up the battery pretty quick. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. It's actually kind of hard to tell how well this is cleaning because it's so dark. It's black. And I expect that I will do a post vacuuming on this almost right away, probably. And the Kirby's a direct air vacuum, so, and it won't be picking up any moisture anyway because I've used so little. But yeah, it's not going to suck any moisture into the motor because it actually goes past the motor. It goes just through the fan because of the way they work. But as long as I'm not overwetting the carpet, that's not an issue anyway, no matter what vacuum I'd be using. It's actually, believe it or not, the carpet's really surprisingly dry. I mean, it's just slightly damp. I mean, I actually applied a fair amount of solution, I thought, but this is a real fast drying rug. In fact, maybe I can show you how fast drying it is. There's a Kleenex. We're absorbent. Let's see how dry this is. Drop it down. Hand on it. Lift it up. Just a very slight amount of moisture there. That's how dry you want it. I could even have gotten it wetter, but I don't need to. This must be a blend, I bet. Because usually polyesters feel much wetter when you get them. When you get them wet, they have more of a wetter feeling, I find. At least that's my theory. I think it's a blend of probably nylon and a polyester. I think. There's moisture there, but very little. it. So the yard rug's almost done.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a real fast drying rug too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I think it's a blend.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. There was a tag over there, I guess.
Okay. Okay, good. So yeah, if you need help rolling it
Oh
up
no.
or something.
Oh no, I'll be good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna pop downstairs for a little bit, and I'll be right back.
Okay. What's this? So it's definitely dry enough to vacuum, if you're wondering. It's actually looking pretty good. I mean, I couldn't see a single stain on it, but this thing would probably hide virtually every stain anyway, I would guess. It's so dark. Okay. Just very slight amount of moisture there, so anyway, there you go. That's it. I'm finished with this. I'll roll it up now, and I'll clean the rest of the carpet. Then when I'm done cleaning the actual carpet it's sitting on, then I'll unroll it again, and it'll be fine. If I need to, I'll run the vacuum over it again after, because when I roll up, it might actually get something off the back, maybe a bit of lint or whatever. But then I'll vacuum it again if I need to. But it's looking good. Okay. Other than the wear, you can see there's wear right here, some pile distortion. But well, let's just double check, see if there's a label over here. No, I think it was over there where I suspected. Okay. There we go. I'll let you go. Thank you for watching and have a good day.